Hi guys, how are you? Let me just see if the sound is okay. Okay. Today we're gonna try to use the microphone from my phone, which is recording, my table. And let's see if that works. So, how have you been doing? Today's stream, it's that time of the week when we get to relax a bit on the middle of the week to do some sketching. Today we will have a solar eclipse. It will not be totally visible here in Portugal, but it will be like really my neighbors. It will be like 92% visible. So of course that I had to take advantage of this time to bring my favorite character of all times, Miss Sailor Moon. Please clap your hands. And today earlier I've started this illustration, and I don't know, it's not done yet, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's me like dressed up like Sailor Moon and all in love, looking at the sun being covered by the moon. My son looking at me like, what, mom? Please don't embarrass me. He's 13, so and my youngest son throwing away his glasses because he can't stand to have things on his face or head or whatever. So yeah, I'll just have to paint it. And we have arrived to the end of this sketchbook. This page is already not the same paper as the rest, but I like to fill up my sketchbooks in every nook and cranny, so this sheet won't be an exception. Okay, so I think we're ready to start. I have my glasses today because I've been working on my master's at the computer and my eyes are almost falling off. And I thought that today we could do something a bit more fun, if you want to, you can, sketch only the eclipse part of it, which I know this is a lunar eclipse, and what is happening is a solar eclipse. There is a difference, but I really can't explain you the science behind it, but I know that there's a difference, so please don't come at me. But you can do, just her head and her beautiful ponytails, the dress, or just the balcony, or just the moon, or whatever, because you are free to do whatever you want within your sketchbooks. I'm going to, it's a very wide image, but of course, as we've done before, I'm going to shorten it a little bit so it fits within my vertical page. And yeah, let's start. I've been talking about this. I have not yet filmed the video where I explained how I got to this selection. That will be coming in the near future, I hope. And I've added a few pencil colors because I've been missing them like crazy. I miss you like crazy. Why does everything revert to a song? Does that happen to you too? Like you say something and then it reminds you of the song. And then the song keeps playing over and over and over and over in your head, and you're like, that's ADHD for you. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm just going to start because I lettered on enough. So this is quite a dark background. Which pencil is this? So this pencil is called just put this up here. Yeah, this pencil is called Deep Indigo, but I don't. It's almost black. It's really dark, and I'm going to use it to draw the balcony and then the profile of the character, and then our moon, just to have some kind of framing. you know. So, you know, I like to start always with the lines, and then I get real messy with the painting, but the lines have to be there, so they give me some kind of direction. So, although in the image, the balcony is right here, I'm going to drop it like here because I'd like that thirds composition, you know. But you, whatever it feels like. So then you have her ponytail. This is the top of her head. And this is the other bun. I don't know how, space buns. Yeah, that's it. Space buns. Okay, this continues on like here. And then I'd like to draw the part of this column, because it helps to frame our image. And then it goes like this. And then let's see, she's looking right here. I'm going to make this like this, which is not, of course, a perfect circle. Whoa, neither do I want it to be. And this is just a sparkle, you know, that's the part of the moon in this image that gets covered. So I'm just going to draw some sparkles like this. And yeah, we have our lights. So I've done a few swatches here because I was picking out the pencils to add to my pouch, but that doesn't really bother me because this is just a sketchbook. So I'll just paint over it and that'll be it. So how have you guys been doing? Is everything all right? Your vacation? I haven't really felt like I'm really on vacation, you know, because I've just been working on my master's, and I'll be going to Belgium in a few days. If you haven't seen my Instagram post, because I'm going to be presenting at an teaching artists conference in Antwerp. This has been a long time coming in preparation. But yeah, it's finally happening, and I've been preparing for that too, so I don't really feel like I'm on vacation. But yeah, I've been trying to take advantage of the days that I have, go to the beach with the kids, swim in our swimming pool, and yeah, just, you know, take advantage of summer while it's still here. I usually do like these little things on the top of my characters' heads. I was just checking if this was rubbing off, because this is pen pastel and I've sprayed it, but you never know. Okay, so yeah, this is it. There's nothing more to it, so then I'm going to color it. So for coloring, what do I want to use that will give me, well, first of all, I'm going to cover these swatches with some white Posca. This is a really great quick fix when you have something like this or some other area that you've already colored but you don't quite like it, or you'd like to be, you know, different color, whatever. It just helps to take down a little bit of the color. Yeah. And it actually gave like sort of a rainbow effect to her dress, which I kind of like. I'm going to take advantage of what's left in the tip of the Posca. Yeah. You know, happy accidents. Right. So now what do I want to, oh, the bow. This is a cool technique you can also use in these kinds of papers when they are very thin and you want to make you want to use extra layers. you can apply a little bit of this or something of the kind because it's acrylic and it will create like a how do I say this? Like a layer that doesn't let anything else you put on top seep into the paper. So it's really good prep for the paper. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Holbein cake colors. Where is my here? Okay, so this is black. No, I don't want black. I want blue. I want this deep, deep blue. Since this is the last page, it's really much thicker than the other ones. But of course it's not. Hmm. Ah. Sim. Bicho. Diz, filho. Tu queres, filho? Beijinho. Espera, mas já dá, tá bem? My son is asking to come to my lab. Olha, vai buscar os pós, que é para nós pintarmos. Tá bem, pronto, ficamos assim. It's been really, really hot. I don't know how it has been where you are from. But here in Portugal, we always have these scorching hot summers. And it's been quite a lot hotter than usual, I think. But, you know, I've been thinking about it. And I don't know if you feel this too, but, you know, like when you're a kid, I don't know, the memories that I have are the same, you know, regarding the sorry, I'm covering my mouth. Regarding the temperatures and all of that, I feel like this is the real Portuguese summer, you know, with 35 degrees. But then everyone says that there is a heat wave and we are all burning and, you know, whatever. So I'm just mixing right on the page with some black. I don't want to use that much. I'm just going to, you know, put it right. Sorry, my neighbors really like to show off their cars. And then I'm going to take advantage of the brush's texture, and I'm just going to make like this. And then also this part is much darker. Middle, oh my god, this blue, this black takes over everything. So let me just add a little bit of the blue to take that down. Okay. Right, so oh, for the balcony, I haven't drawn any details and it has quite a few. I'm not going to worry too much about all of the details. So this goes like this. Yeah. Like this. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's just a matter of balancing, you know, the details because you can use a lot of details. Or no, that's not what I want to say. So the image has a lot of although it's a rather simple image, but it has a lot of details. But you'll have to choose which details do you want to include to have some kind of interest in the image, but not be I was going to cap my pencil with the brush's cap. So it won't overpower the whole image. That's what I was trying to say. So, uh, okay, so I'm just trying to see how I'm going to make this part, because this part is really quite lighter, you know, has that small ledge that's facing the moon, which is very shiny. And then you have sort of a dégradé, which I'm not going to attempt to make, because that is not the purpose of our session. Although I can like suggest it a little bit. So this is in the shadow. Whatever's not, I'm going to use almost like a watercolor, which is what the artist is using here. Like a watercolor technique where you leave the white of the paper showing, so that can be our highlights. And yeah, I'm just going to make believe that this is something sort of like this, although it is not. So I have already mixed here a sort of a purple. I'm going to use on the rest of this. I'm being really haphazard with this because it doesn't matter. We are going to paint with this with other colors, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so my background is done. I don't know how long that took, but I think it was not very much, or I hope it was not very much. I really lose track of time when I'm making art. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back the hair, which was slightly covered here and here. That's okay, because a white Posca can do a lot for us. And then oh, I forgot. This always happens to me. I forgot this little part here between her hair and your ears. Like this here. Okay. Right. I was just checking the chat. Okay. Great. So now that we have done this, I'm going to color her hair, which is blonde, and my son is also blonde, like her. Blonde. I don't know what I'm saying this. But I have here a color that's really good for this, although her hair is a little bit more yellow. Where can I try this? No, this is very orange. No, it's very yellow, but okay, whatever. Yeah. I've been finding these live streams, although I'm mostly talking to myself. Um, uh, I've been really enjoying these live streams, you know, because it's a little limited amount of time. I was thinking about when school starts, so when my kids are not home, I could do some longer streams, working on my bigger paintings because I have a collection to prepare for a show coming up next year. And it's all about landscapes of this area where I live in, which is Serra da Rábida. It's a really beautiful place and has a lot of, it's, you know, protected by UNESCO. I don't know how to say it, you know, it's protected landscape. So it has a lot of biodiversity and it has really cool places. You can hike, you can go to the beaches, which are really like very, very beautiful. Maybe we can draw one of those landscapes one of these days. I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of blue and purple, which are some of the colors I've added to my pouch. What a coincidence. And I'm going to, no, not these because these are too close in value. This has to be darker like this. Yeah. Just to draw like the details of her dress, which you can't really see a lot. You know that there are some ruffles here. Well, there are ruffles everywhere, but you know. You know, just making sort of a light shadow, which I won't do very much, or else she will look like a zombie. I have to use some kind of flesh color here first, and then, you know, I can use well, she's not that tan. Let me see if I can erase a bit of that. Which I don't know where it is. Oh, it's here. This supposedly is an eraser, which is 4 color pencil. So yeah, okay, that's better. And just to redraw some of this details, and you know what, in what regards to what the image is communicating, you know, this is a very iconic character, so you really don't need too much to communicate who is in this image. But yeah, I consider myself done. Thank you so much for being here. If you have made something, please share it with me on Instagram. You have my links are all in the description. It's at a Margaret with 2 T's, Pirish. And I'd love to see them. And don't forget that on Sundays we have a longer stream coming. It's already booked here in YouTube. I've already put on all the details, so you can click on remind me so you get a little notification we're about to start. And I hope you are well, you are drinking lots of water and doing a lot of sketches, because that's essentially what keeps us happy on the summer. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.